Hello there, dearest Lauren. The sun is shining on what is a Monday afternoon. We're recording this, and
Yeah,
I'm
happy
feeling
Monday.
hopeful. I woke up today. It's the sky. I don't know what it's like where you are, but
Glorious.
it's absolutely
glorious.
delightful day.
I'm like a new person, honestly. It's like I've had a personality transplant in the last few days. I feel like
Really?
the sun, honestly, it just gives me life. And you just forget every year, don't you, how much you need it. But I feel like a new woman, honestly. I was up early as well. Went for a little walk, and I was just like, didn't even put headphones in because I was just like enjoying
Oh, were you
the
taking in
nature.
the sounds of nature?
Oh, I was. The
Oh,
traffic going
divine.
by.
I like to do
The
that,
delivery
although
driver shouting.
I always thought that was harder to do in London. You know,
It
it's
is,
like
yeah. You're right.
fucking move out the way, beep beep. I was in London last week, and it was the day of the tube strike. Oh my god!
Oh,
And
God, the
what a
worst.
bloody nightmare that was. So I walked up to this bus stop and was waiting for this bus that took ages to come. And it was just near
Awful.
Warren Street Station, so I'd walked from King's Cross up to there, and the Box Junction. It was like a four kind of way junction,
Box
and it
Junction,
was just
lovely description.
thank you,
Love a box
but it just
junction.
kept getting blocked. It's because
Yeah,
everyone
it's the worst,
like
isn't it?
so what happened is the buses were just blocking this junction, and then the lights would change. And the cars would try and go through, but obviously the bus couldn't move because it was just gridlocked.
Yeah, it's just in the
and
middle.
and you know, and all people kept doing was beeping, and I wanted to
Yeah, great.
go and rip the horns from their car because I was like, it is not going to stop anything. All you're doing is causing me, dear pedestrian, a lot of
Dear
angst.
Podest. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, God, it's the worst. And also, like, what makes it worse is, like, you were probably stood up because the world and his wife is on your bus. Like, it's just the worst thing
Oh well, I
ever.
didn't get on the bus.
And normally when... Oh, you were walking. Oh, right.
I
thought
ended
you
up.
meant you'd got on
No, the bus. No, I was waiting for the bus. The bus took so long, and then I saw the gridlock
And you
traffic.
were
I
just
thought
like,
by the
fuck
time the
it.
bus arrives, I'll be stuck. So I just walked. I walked the whole way.
Oh, God, we got them steps in anyway, yeah. Always
We
rains
did,
when there's a
we
tube
did.
strike as well, so then when everyone gets on the bus, all of the rain, like, what's it called, evaporates, and then the bus just becomes like a sauna, like a steam room. It's disgusting.
Condensation is what you were looking for.
Condensation, that's it. Thanks, babes. I always forget. I always get mixed up. Although I do know the difference between
I mean,
mist and fog.
precipitation. Precipitation was one of the first things you learned in primary school, wasn't it? Precipitation. Don't you think precipitation is a word that you only really ever used as a child? It's only just occurred to
Yeah.
me.
Or it's like in a script. It's like in someone's TV show, you know? Because
Yeah,
they want
it's
to
like...
prove that they know another word.
Yeah, or it'd be like the name of an episode of a TV show. It'd be like episode 4, Precipitation. And it'd be like, ooh.
Well, guess what we're calling this app? Precipitation.
Oh, yes, let's.
Episode 5, Precipitation.
I do always struggle. I think what I might do is I'm gonna, like, when I'm bored, read through all the episode titles and just think, what was I thinking there? I think my worst was Tinder Swindler and a Gin and a Tindler.
I
think
quite
was
like that
probably-
one.
Yeah, I think that was a real stretch, though.
Yeah, you really struggled to get it in there, yeah. You should try and do that thing, like a game, Mad Libs, but we don't really have that over here, do we? It's a bit of an American thing. You have to try and write a sitcom with, like, the themes of all, you know, like an episode of something with all the titles.
Oh.
Good little challenge for you there if you're ever bored, Lily. Good little challenge.
Thank you. I'll let you know how that goes.
Can't wait.
Well, I was also just sat up in my room. My science teacher used to call it a room.
I
Come
hate
into
it
the
when
classroom.
people do unnecessary,
Rum.
yeah, like Stewie Griffin pronunciations of stuff. It's so unnecessary, isn't it? Like when people say, like they really make a point of not pronouncing the T and off, like often. Do you say often or
often, yeah.
And they go often, and you're like, yeah, you can pronounce a T. Like it's not a crime against nature. They're trying to prove like they know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a silent
awful.
T. It's a silent T.
It's not a double F though, babes.
Often. Oh God, I'm gonna hear that when I say it, because I think I do say often.
Are you that person? Is that what I'm remembering?
Well, I don't go.
You
I
do
don't
it.
say. Yeah. I'm the person you're thinking of. I don't say often. I'll say, oh, I don't often do that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's when people make reference to it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
I know
you
what
win.
Anywho.
No, so I was just sat up in my room and I was thinking, we've got the sun shining and soon the clocks will change. And do you know what I've always thought? You know how people say fall forward and spring back, or spring forward and fall
Spring
back?
forward,
It's spring
fall
forward.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, but I always
That's
think...
how you're meant to remember it.
But no, I know. So I was sat there thinking, is it spring forward and fall back? But I also then was like, well, it could be spring back and fall forward. They
That's
both
what
make
I always
sense.
think. They both make sense.
So
I
I'm
know,
like,
it's
did
what I
they
always
spring?
think.
So it doesn't help me. Everyone's like, oh, the way
No.
to remember it is that. And I think, but the way to remember it could also be spring back and fall forward. So
And also, when I've like fallen, 9 times out of 10, it's been forward. It's not been back. You know what I mean?
yeah, same. Like oh my God, I fell over in Manchester a few weeks ago. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed. So I'd been to a bottomless
It's
brunch.
really bad, isn't it? Oh no.
And God, we're talking about bottomless brunch again, but I actually wasn't. I don't think I fell because I was drunk, and no one will
right.
believe me because of that. But genuinely, I was kind of rushing. It was raining. I think I slipped, and what happened is I fell. Like I flew forward. I felt. It was a fall forward. I wish it was a spring back, but it was a fall forward. And there was loads of people waiting at this bus stop, and I
You had a whole gaggle of
landed.
witnesses.
I landed like really hard on my chest, and it kind of made like a sound, and everyone gasped, which is the worst. No one laughed.
God.
You know, sometimes people laugh, but it was a fall. I think the fall looked really bad. It looked like I could have killed myself.
If it's
And
that
I
sounds
just-
like you belly flopped like the floor.
Yeah, I
But if
belly
you
flopped.
The actual chest it. Oh God.
Yeah, and you know what I did? It was the most British thing. I got up straight away and I looked at all the people like shocked, and I went, "I'm so sorry." And like someone went, "Don't say sorry, are you all right?" And I went, "Absolutely fine. Oh, apologies," and walked off.
There's a
I was
dip in the
so
pavement.
mortified.
There's a dip.
I was
Oh my
so
God.
mortified. It was like, I'm sorry to have just interrupted your conversation by nearly killing myself.
Oh no, that's bad, because sometimes if you fall over, like in the street, or you do like a bad trip and you want, like you do save yourself, like the worst thing I hate is like when no one saw it, or you're wondering if people saw it, but I can't stop laughing to myself at myself. I'm like, oh my God, if anyone had saw that. But that goes beyond that one, because that's like just being mortified.
Yeah.
That's like actually hurt myself.
Yeah.
And then also you walk away and then you realise I've actually really fucking hurt myself here. Like it's actually quite
Well,
sore
yeah,
and
I was
fun.
wearing like a white shirt, so it was just completely grufted, like dirt down the whole shirt.
Grufted. Oh,
It's
no.
grufted. But I've got some news for you, Lauren. I found this news article that I'm going to read to you. Hilarious, I
Please,
thought. Well, I
tell
don't
me.
think it was hilarious, but... So,
You picked it up now.
you obviously know of Elon Musk, richest guy in the world,
Mr.
apparently.
Musk, yeah. Tesla fella.
Mr.
Yeah, loves
Musk.
it. Yeah.
I always would think, like, you'd go out with someone like Elon Musk. Obviously not now, but it wouldn't have ever surprised me.
Yeah, me too. But
Because
hey,
you
I'm
are a bit of a
playwright.
secret geek, aren't you? You are a bit of a
Yeah,
secret geek, that's what I mean.
I am a secret geek. And, like, it's weird because I do love tech. But I'm married to someone who's, like, would write with a quill if he could. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's true.
I've gone, like,
yeah,
the full
yeah.
opposite. So when I talk about, like, anything, like, tech-related, Freddie's, like, the blank. I've never seen him so blank looking. He's like, what? I'm like, never mind. I'll do it
Freddie's
for
like,
you.
I've only just realised how to work the landline.
It's like this socket here. Yeah.
Well, so this teenager in America, I assume, 19 years old, called Jack, he has a Twitter account called Elon Musk's Jet. It's called @ElonJet. And
right, okay.
this Twitter account is dedicated to tracking where Elon Musk's private jet is. Anyway,
Oh God, what the fuck?
so he just tweets all the time of like that tracks the billionaire's private jet. Anyway, Elon Musk has messaged this guy saying, this is, not good for my safety. I don't want.
I was going to say it's not very secure, is it? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, shit.
And then the guy, he's then said, "Can you take this down?" And then apparently Elon Musk is revealed this. I'll give you 5K for this account, and generally making it harder for crazy people to track me. At which point the teenager Jack said, any chance you can up that to 50k?
Yeah.
It would be great support in college and would possibly allow me to get a car, maybe even a Model 3. That's one of Elon's Teslas.
Yeah, a Tesla.
And apparently Elon Musk declined, explaining it didn't feel right to pay to shut down the account, even though he
a bit bribey,
just
isn't it?
literally offered five grand.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, come on, 50k.
That's like 50p to him. That's like 50p to Elon Musk as well. He's normally quite charitable as well. I don't know if that's a PR thing, but...
Well, I suppose what he thought is, if I pay this guy 50k, someone else will set up an account tracking
That's the thing, everyone comes begging, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, so he would probably have had to say, listen, sign an NDA and I'll pay you 50k, and that's a poem you can have for free. But, yeah. I mean, I just thought it was great that this 90... Anyway, now, apparently the guy is trying to negotiate an internship at Tesla. Because I would be like, this guy's
clever.
got... He's 19 years old. He's tracking my private jet. He's got clout.
How the fuck is he tracking it? How is he tracking it?
I think it's... I don't know. Well, apparently he works for... I think it's called Uber something. Uber. There's Uber everything now, isn't there? Over fucking. Where does it say? I thought you were taking
the piss then, like, oh yeah, something called Uber. I'm not sure.
No, it's Uber something.
But some are owned by Uber. Oh well.
Oh, Uber Jets, which tracks chartered flights and allows companies to identify cheap seats. So maybe Elon will be like, you're misusing your company. But yeah, so anyway, I just thought that was great. I love the idea of this billionaire being kind of held to ransom by 19-year-old Jack. Just Jack.
And also, Just Jack is such a weird, nerdy account, because I thought you were going to tell me something like he makes up stories about where Elon's going or blah, blah, blah. But it's quite a nerdy account. He's just doing it because he can. And he's into jets, obviously, or whatever.
When I worked in Lapland, I used to share a room with my friend Michael, and he was obsessed with aviation. So I'd be on my iPad at night and he'd be on his, and he'd be like, oh, what are you doing? And I'd be like, oh, I'm just listening to Vivaldi doing, a crossword or Sudoku. Wordle wasn't around back then.
It's a cryptic as well, just like, I'm really intelligent.
And I go, what are you doing? And he used to sit on an app and
watch
the app
flights.
was just flights. And he'd just watch it. It was a 2D app. It was like, I might have said this before, but it was like, on a plane where you just can see how far you are from the thing. It'll show you sometimes a map. Yeah. He would just do that for the whole world and just watch flights left, right and centre. And you can do them now. I mean, with what's going on in Ukraine, people were tracking flights to Ukraine and Russia and stuff like that. You can do it. It's a public thing.
Mad. And there's like a YouTube channel for it as well. You can just like watch flights. It's very weird. Bit boring, isn't it? Watch a flight.
Well, I guess
hours.
It is to people who aren't obsessed with aviation, but aviation, yeah. But I mean, it's like what are they called? Plane spotters. Yeah, people do that for a date. Actually, they'll go like near Heathrow and set up a picnic, and then flights will just fly over them. Yeah, some people would see that as romantic.
I'd just get really annoyed because the only reason you'd get excited being at Heathrow is because you're about to go on holiday. That's just
yeah.
poking the bear.
You're like, all I've got
like,
is a fucking Scotch egg, a gin in a tin, and I'm watching people come back from their holidays. Great.
Looking all tanned, yeah. Fucking love this date. Never see him again. Oh, God.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a date spot for people. I'll
Spot?
find out.
All right, well,
I'll
shout out.
research stories. Shout,
Yeah,
yeah,
please
you
do.
know.
Anyone who sees Lee on Grindr or Tinder when he's next down in London, he wants to go to Heathrow. Yeah, picnic Heathrow, and I'm not talking any old gin in a tin. I'm talking Sevilla gin or M&S. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and also
Thanks. Not cheap
just to
date.
let you know, I probably wouldn't accept a date from someone from Grindr taking me to Heathrow Airport. I would think there was something dodgy going on. So maybe ask me on Tinder, but I'm not on Tinder.
Are you not? Let's get you on it. What about Hinge?
I've come off all the dating apps at the minute, so
You're
I've
having a
not
break,
got any.
having a clean sweep. just
Well,
rest.
yeah, and also the thing is, I was on them, and my location was still set to London, so I would match with someone in London, and then because Tinder's a bit different.
That just
than
fizzles
Hinge.
when you've got a chat for ages, haven't you? It just like
Well, yeah. So, and I'm up north. So it's either date someone round here, but I'm always planning to go back to London. So it's like, what's the point? Or it's date someone every 3 or 4 weeks in London if we can make it work. I mean, it's hard enough dating in London when you live there because you try and find a bloody spot where you're not going out for meals or whatever, meeting up. You're like, oh, I've got this slot, I've got this. So,
no.
let alone when you're not there. Oh, it's an absolute nightmare. So
Oh.
I've just come off them, I've just come off them.
Babes, have a break. You do you, boo. Sort yourself out first, You need
Well,
that
that's
time.
what generally does happen when you've come off the dating apps is you do end up doing you. I do me. That's the story of my life.
Welcome to Lee's world, everyone.
You do you.
Already am, thanks.
So what have you been up to then, Lauren? Have you got any news to share with us about Elon Musk?
Actually, nothing about Elon, unfortunately. But leave that with me and I'll try and come up with some weird Twitter account and engage with him. I've got news, actually. I've just realised I've not told my mum this. I've quit my job. So, can you even believe
Dun,
it?
dun,
Yeah, I've quit my job.
dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So to the listeners who probably couldn't figure out what we do, like actually when we're not recording this delicious pod, obviously I've dolly sticks my baking biz, but I was working part-time since the Panny D because it got us good, didn't it, Lee? It really took our Fab Life to drab life. So I had a part-time job to pay the old bills, but the world has opened up and dolly sticks has gone mental. So loads of
Oh my God,
markets,
this is
and
fantastic.
yeah, so I just was like, it was just stressing me out, like, because it was holding me back because I was having to do this 3 days a week and constantly thinking about the work I should, what I could have been doing with that time. So I quit the job. First week of April I finish. Can't wait.
Oh my
It's gonna be a
God.
right load off. But the pressure's on though now because I've got to make, I've really got to make dolly sticks work. But it's kind of like in Friends when they go, you need the fear. You need the fear, don't you, to like make you crack on and give it your all.
Well, the thing is, I think it's always that thing as well where, you have the part-time job and you have the dolly sticks, and for example, and you know that you could probably do more with the dolly sticks, but you obviously don't have the time to. So for the first, there's that transition period where you might have a bit of like, oh God, I need to like, and then slowly, it's like a rolling ball. It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
What is it? Like moss or something?
Something about a rolling stone doesn't gather moss, but if you roll a snowball, that gathers snow. Just gaining momentum.
Yeah, and I believe that was Maya Angelou, wasn't it?
Not sure. No, I think
It's
it was
like
a
when
Marilyn
people used to
quote.
say-
One of them.
Oh God, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
And they're just all misquoted as well. Oh God, I love it.
It's like when people used to say, well, I used to say it, people would go, the early bird catches the worm, and I'd go, well, the early worm gets eaten by the early bird. So do you want to die? No, you don't. Thank you.
Have a lie in
There's
there.
always what, and I actually said to my ex once, I said we were going through some sort of like tiff. When were we not? And
Oh, shock horror.
I said something like, what did I say?
It's a game of two halves. That's a good one.
We were talking about like what he'd done, and he was saying what I'd said, and he like, you know, when they try and make out that their actions were okay because of the things that I said, but I was like, but what about the things that you did? And so it's like, it's all well and good me calling you a twat and everything, but you literally went out and did this, that, and that. And I think I said something like, well, it boils down to the question of whether actions speak louder than words, or is the pen mightier than the sword? And it was literally like, I was having an argument over proverbs with myself. Is the pen mightier than the sword? Google, or do actions speak louder than words? And I'll never forget as well when we were having some like argument, and he said something like, well, I guess you could say it's the grass that broke the camel's back. And I was like, what? And he was like, it's the grass that
you
broke
just start
the camel's
arguing
back.
About something else.
Yeah, and I went, you stupid boy. I was like, it's not the grass. I was like, the grass. Anyway, like, I then started, like, because I was angry at him, having a go at him saying the grass. I was like, oh my God, I've never heard that in my life. The grass. Where has camel got grass from? And I was like, it's straw. Anyway, so then, like, we kind of then laughed about it. I wasn't a full twat about it. But, every time then we'd have an argument. I'd go, well, maybe this is the grass that broke the camel's back.
Oh, God love you.
God, I mean, I just think, I look back, I've just told that story, I think, God, why did I invest my time in that moron?
Oh, I know, don't.
I hope he's listening.
Fucking hell. Oh, me too. He probably is. I bet a lot of our exes are stalking us because, you know, we're great people.
Well, I only have one. So...
Yeah, but you have lots of fanboys, and I think, who want to go out with you. They're definitely listening.
Yeah. Look at me agreeing. Yeah, I guess you're right. I do have a lot of fanboys.
I do. You're so bloody right. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Well, also, I've got a massive booking, and I'm waiting to hear, actually. I'm just going to check.
I thought you were going to say something else then. I've got a massive booking.
Yeah, for Dolly Sticks next week, but it's while I'm still working. That's the thing. It's like a bus, isn't it? It's like buses. Buses are like men. Buses are like jobs. They all come at once.
So what's the booking? Are you allowed to say, or is it a huge secret?
Well, I'm waiting to hear. And other locations are hospitals, actually, so I don't know whether it's an NHS thing, but I'll let you know. Oh. But it's about 3,000 units. So it's about 3,000 Dolly Sticks in a week.
Good Lord. How are you going to make 3,000 in that kitchen? No offence to the kitchen, but...
I know, God love the kitchen. Well, what I'll do is I'll do it every day this week in batches, and then I've got a new fridge freezer, to keep the old sponges in that. And then half of the
where's that going to go? In the spare room?
Yeah, just behind me in my office /
Oh, brilliant.
Kitchen. Yeah. So, you know when it's gone like 0 to hero, so I'm already stressed about it. You know, when you said yes to something and then I didn't hear much back, and then they were like, oh yeah, we're nearly there, like it's going to happen. And I didn't hear anything, like when they said they would. And then on Friday they were like, sorry, we haven't been in touch, it's 99% sure that it's going to happen. Like, you know, I'm really trying to chase for you to get all the final details. And I was like, brr. So this week I'm going to be, that's why it helps me recording earlier, because I'm going to be having a heart attack, I think. Which is great. So
how many can you generally make in, like, how long does it take?
I've actually got another corporate order as well for like the week after, which is 100, which is fine. Which is really doable, actually. And probably make 100 for a market day. So, like, that's fine. But 3,000.
But how long does that take you? Does that take you
100? It probably takes a day and a half.
For 100, and you've got to make 3,000 in a week.
Yeah. But that's work. I know.
God, the trepidation in your voice.
I was like,
yeah.
Well, no, actually, it's not 1,000, sorry. It's 3,000. It's up to 3,000. This is what I'm waiting for, because it could be 800 per day, it could be 1,000 per day, and there's 3 days. but some of them are fruit. It's fruit, like chopped fruit salads. So that's like I'm not even counting that because I'm delegating that I'm hiring someone to do that for me.
Right, I see.
So it's not actually 3,000 dolly sticks. It's less than that.
Right,
but still,
okay.
Hey, pray for me. Pray for me,
Oh
world.
my God, you're going to have to hire people.
Yeah. So I've got a good friend, Adam. He's helping out. But it's good because it's a big job because I'll actually be able to pay someone to do a couple of days' work for me, which is nice.
Yeah.
Well,
brilliant. Things are looking up in the word.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you want to stress Lauren out even more, then head over to dolly.sticks on Instagram and put in an order. She's always happy to take those orders.
Always happy to sit on the DMs and chat to you lot. Love it.
No, to be honest, they are delicious. They are absolutely delicious.
Thanks. I need to send you some cookies because I tested them in the post the other day. Yeah, and I was so nervous that they wouldn't post. So I did a little competition, a like quick thing, because I had some left over from market, which never happens because they always sell out. So I sent 2 boxes out and they arrived intact. So I need to send you some. I'll send you a little box this week if I have any left over.
Oh, I'd love that. Well, although I've relapsed, I'm eating terribly again, and I just bought cookie dough ice cream and just eating chocolate. But I've just thought what you could do down the line if you wanted to. So I watched the other day EastEnders because our dear friend of the pod, Amy, her partner, Toby, is in EastEnders. And it was his like big episode. So I was watching EastEnders. And very good, very, very good episodes.
I've watched
like
the one before.
soaps.
I've not watched the last one, actually. We watched the build-up, me and Freddie. We made sure we watched the 2 before. And we were like, it is going off, isn't it? So, but we need to watch. We need to get iPlayer on the last one because we weren't in. Anyway, do carry on. So you're having a little gander of EastEnders.
So I had a little gander of EastEnders. So I then EastEnders finished, and you know when the telly's just on in the background, and I was just doing stuff, and it went on to Dragon's Den. Now, I remember Dragon's Den from back when I was doing business at GCSE, and I remember my business teacher being like, this new programme coming out called Dragon's Den. This is how old it is. It's been going on for ages, Dragon's Den. They used to record it near you.
Well. Did they? Did it used to be in Thingy Studios near where Danny used to live? Our friend. Yeah,
I did a job in the old Dragon's Den thing, which was at Stoke Newington, and we'd like recreated Dragon's Den.
No way.
Anyway.
Cool.
Anyway, oh my God, I cried 3 times. It's such a good programme. And one was an actual sob story, but the second time, the 2 others, it was just that they'd been given a deal and they looked really proud of themselves.
And you were just really happy for them. Oh.
Yeah.
They are nice people, most of the dragons. Like, really.
Yeah, they are. And it reminded me, because one guy had a chocolate business where he delivers chocolate to people, but it was like fresh chocolate, so they had to be refrigerated and stuff, and they were like, this is but it reminded me, maybe we'll see Dolly Sticks on there sometimes if she's looking for investors.
Maybe I will. I know you've got to build up to a certain level though, haven't you, and like have a full-on accountant who can say what you, because when they ask you all them questions, I'd just be really shit at that, like, what's
projections,
your net profit? Oh God, all that shit. But sometimes
what's your projections for the next 5 years?
And you're like, be really great, be successful.
Still look really fab, and
not age at all. Oh, you mean for the business? Yeah. But I've seen a few people actually, because I follow a lot of small businesses on Dolly Sticks' Insta, obviously, and there's a guy. He's called Please Cakes, and I think it's like 3 E's. That's how he spells it, and it's all like cheesecake stuff, and he does like cheesecake truffles and like. He's huge, and he went on Dragon's Den and they gave him a deal and he declined it because he said, I won't make any money. And he looks back on that and he thinks that was the best thing I ever did, actually, because it gave me the PR accidentally because he was on the telly, but also it meant he took his business in a totally different direction for himself. And I was like, wow, so people go on it as well, and like they just still become successful even if they don't get the deal.
Well, there were some people going on it like, I want 90 grand for 9% of the business, And then the dragons would go, I'll give you 45 grand for 15% of the business. And they're like, what? 15? And then that's half of what they've asked for an extra 6%. So some of them were like, I just can't do that. Then this one guy they really liked his product, and they started bartering. He started bartering them down. So they asked for 25%, and he was like, can you go down to 20? And they were all like, yeah, we'll go down to 20. So they all were in, and they all went, sure, I'll go down to 20. And then he said, it was the chocolate business, and they were obsessed with the chocolates. It was apparently delicious. And then they said, he said, if you try this new orange flavour that I've got in the freezer, will you knock off another 1%? And Deborah Meaden, if looks could kill, she was like, I'm out. I'm now going to withdraw, because if you're not able to jump for joy. And then one of the others was like, I'm going to withdraw actually as well. And then one of the others went, you know what? I think I'm going to withdraw. And you could see the bloody chips were falling. I thought, Jesus Christ, it's fucked it.
I mean,
anyway, it was obviously
cheeky,
for telly, the other two. It is. It's like, come on, we're all tired.
You can't buy someone with just an orange chocolate. What if they're more of a mint choc chip kind of gal, you know? It's very cheeky.
Well, I am. I don't really love orange chocolate, I have to say.
Do you not? Well, do you like mint choc chip? Because I've literally had this conversation with a load of customers recently. Because when I do mint and orange, the people who like one normally like the other. And then often people go, I don't like mint chocolate, no offence. And I'm like, no, I know it's a niche. But yeah, so it's a love and hate. I just love it. I think it's great. So
I love mint chocolate. I do like orange chocolate, but it's not something that I would go for massively. I generally, for chocolate, I just like it to be pretty much plain chocolate. Or like sea salt. I love sea salt.
Oh, and me. Love a sea salt and dark.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the chocolate episode. This is the Choco episode. Yeah, Dragon's Den. When you went to the venue, I'd love to know where it is. You'll have to point it out next time you're here. Was the lift real? Because now, apparently, because they've moved buildings, it's not real, is it?
Yeah, so it was all real, and then they moved buildings and made the set look like how it originally was. But the original room, and it was a promo job for BT, and
cool.
BT were investing. This was years ago. BT did this thing for its employees, I think it was, where they could pitch ideas to the company, and if the company took on the idea, then they got like some sort of bonus or something. And one of the guys, this was years and years ago, one of the guys had the idea of gifting your data. So, or gifting your allowance.
That's the thing now, isn't it? Everyone does that.
Yeah,
like
yeah. So it's like if you've run out of data, but someone else hasn't, they can gift your data or move it over or something like that. And they were like, this is a really good idea. But I remember, and I was like there working it just staff, like handing out the canapes and stuff. And I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, if they should go for that, that's a really good one. I was like giving my, two penneth when really I was just there to hand out the canapes.
You're holding the crowd.
I was like, I was going, guys, I hate to interrupt, but I'm in. And they were like, you're not a dragon. You're serving Prosecco. I'm in, guys. I'm in.
I will give you my minimum wage from today for that idea.
I am on £11 an hour for this shift. And that's fine. It would be terrible, but I've made sure I get 7 breaks within an hour, so it kind of works out quite good.
I will be in the Costa on the corner for the next break. You can find me there. Let's discuss the deal. Yeah.
When Lauren and I, people who listen to the pod who don't know this already, we used to work together in promo things. So promo, the way I describe it is like people in shopping centres who are like hand out leaflets and stuff, and we're not
the people asking you to donate or give money. Yeah.
No, we're not charity sellers. So we're like giving out free cans of Coke and stuff like that, things like that, and
things like that.
I say things like that because whenever I used to have to demonstrate products, I used to go, yeah, and I used to like try and blag it. So I go, this lovely chair, and what the chair does, it will recline and things like that, and it would literally be just. It was literally the only thing I'd do. Anyway, so we used to like arrive at a 14-hour shift, and it would be 10 minutes into the shift, and no joke, I'd be like, have we started breaks? Are we doing breaks? Like, and it was like every quarter of an hour you'd get a 15-minute break because it's so mind-numbing, wasn't it?
I have only had 3 lattes today. Can someone fix that, please? Because I am gagging. I'm gagging for a break.
And then you'd go on like a 15-minute break, but you'd come back like 25 minutes later and be like, sorry guys, the queue at muffin break.
I needed the loo, but yeah, I needed the loo, and the queue for the loo was really long. So
oh, fun times. How we bonded.
Those are the days. How we bonded. So what have you got your week looking like, Lily? What's popping for you?
Well, I'm actually going to London again. I'm in
Can't
London.
keep them away at the moment.
I'm hosting a Bubbles and Bingo night over in Bexley Heath. Oh,
glamorous.
So it's like drinks,
like the bingo you did in
shots,
Lockheed D.
A little bit like that, yeah. And so it's a bit raucous. It's going to be fun. It's at this lovely little pub in Bexley Heath. It's got like a roof terrace type thing. And yeah, so we've come up with this like bingo game, and if you get a line, so whoever gets a line in the first few games, you get shit or shot, it's called. And
someone shits in your mouth.
Oh God, no, someone doesn't shit in the mouth. What happens is there's a box of shit prizes, shit gifts.
Oh, cool.
Or there's a shot. So you pull a ball out of the box or whatever, and if it's an even number, they get a shot for the table. So all the table gets a round of shots.
Oh,
and if
cool.
it's an odd number, they have a terrible prize. And then for the second line, there's something else. I can't remember what we're doing for that. And then if it's full house, you get a bar tab. So there's prizes to be won. Bubbles and Bingo,
really
it's called.
Yeah,
so we're piloting this new thing. So he wants to run it regularly every Saturday from September. So he's putting on this like pilot test event to see how it will work, and then hopefully get it on the ground. So I'm doing that.
Oh my God, I love that. I always love people who, it's like companies, like small companies who are often like actors and comedians who do their own pub quizzes, and they just like take it to 3 different pubs a week or whatever, but it's a different one. Do you know what I mean? There's one at a pub near us, and it's like one round was like throw tea bags into a plant pot on someone's head, and another one was like you had to go and like put your hand in stuff. It was good because it was a bit different.
Yeah, well,
and the guy was like really funny.
He wants to compete, he said, with the bottomless brunch crowd. So he's like, everywhere where they are on a Saturday, it's bottomless brunch, and I want to do something different. So we've got Bubbles and Bingo. So people will do a brunch one week, and then the next go, oh, let's do Bubbles and Bingo. So
yeah, because some bottomlesses, if they don't have good music or a good vibe, or like a drag queen on, or a singer on, or a band on, like they're just a bit boring. Like you can do it anyway.
Yeah, and also you don't want to do a bottomless every week, do you? It's not a weekly thing.
Oh no,
you'd die. Your liver would give up within the first 2.
Oh my God, tell me about it, stud. My liver. Poor liver.
Anyway, my poor mouth vocal. Oh, I've just hit my pop shield. I was going to say, we've talked long enough, Lauren. It's gone on for long enough. We're going to have to wrap this precipitation up.
Wrap this Prezi up that we call Precipitation. It has been episode 5, hasn't it?
Good luck.
Which is delish.
Good luck this week.
Oh, thanks. Pray for me. Please send good vibes in the DMs, guys, because I need it. And like and share all my dollies. Actually, do you know what? Don't, because it's just going to make me busier. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Because you want to be busier, but then you're also like, maybe wait till April until you support me.
It'll all come together. It'll all be fine. It'll all get there in the end. Get Adam to help, and if in doubt, Serious Ben can come round and help.
Well, yeah, Ben and Freddie are here for free as well.
Are they?
Because they're too close. I've known them for too long now.
Yeah. I love that you're paying Adam, Ben's boyfriend. But Ben, you're not getting paid. No, fuck off.
Yeah, sounds fun. Freddie,
Freddie
I'm
will
booking you
reap
in
the
home.
rewards. Just get some Prosecco in for later on and say thanks.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I'd buy the weekly shop. It's fine. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Lee. Pray and precipitate for me, everyone, please.
All right. Well, this has been episode 5 of your favourite weekly podcast, and don't tell me otherwise. Fab Life.
With Lauren and Lee.
Lovely.